along. I want and need your energy for the very funny Patterson.
So I'm Brad's friend Pat from Indiana. So I moved here recently in New York, and I moved in with my girlfriend. It's our first time living together, right? But it really hasn't been too bad. You know why? Because I think I've had a lot of bad roommates in the past. So I roomed with a couple once, and it was awful. It was constant PDA. Like they'd be getting handsy at dinner. They'd be sucking face during Game of Thrones. They even asked me to join in once. And you know what? I got so sick and tired of it. One day I went right to their room and I said, "Mom, Dad, I'm moving out." I had this other roommate, right? And he was always trying to one-up me. Like, take our cars, for example. Like, I get mine washed. He get his professionally detailed. Like, I'd get new speakers, and then he'd buy new speakers and new rims. I'd get a speeding ticket. He went over his girlfriend. I'd ignore the ticket. He'd hide the body. So my family's a bunch of nerds. This is all true. My dad, he works for NASA. I got a sister who has a PhD in astrophysics. I have one brother who's a mechanical engineer, and another brother who's a computer programmer. So for me, it's not always easy to fit in with my family. Like at dinner, for example, my dad would say something like, "Did you guys know that they discovered a new ring on Saturn?" And my sister would jump in and say, "Actually, the larger ring just split into two smaller rings." And I jump in and be like, "Did you guys know that the average person farts 20 times a day?" And activities are always the worst with my family. Like, everybody expects we should be at the same knowledge level. For example, my brothers, they begged me to join them in this robot wars competition. If you're not familiar, basically you program a robot to fight other robots in a ring while a bunch of other nerds watch, and I assume get off to it, I don't know. So my brothers, they did all the programming, and they just needed help entering all this code into the computer program. So they gave me all this boring safety code. You know, stuff to make sure the robot only fought other robots, stuff to make sure that it stopped killing when we told it to, blah, blah, blah. And I've never entered code before, but I did the best I could, right? Anyways, I missed that competition that day because I was sick, and I miss my brothers every day. So I was a fat kid all throughout grade school, and I was made fun of it for it all the time. They used to have this rhyme. They said, "Fat Pat sat in a cat, and now it's flat." Right? Mean kids, right? Anyway, I lost the weight, you know, but I still have fat kid tendencies. Like, for example, I have literally, seriously, like 18,000 emails right now, and some have subjects like important loan info or overdue rent notice, but I'm too lazy to open those. But I got one there today that said, "Free burrito, you can take this." And I swear my fingers started bleeding, I was typing so fast. Right? The worst is when I'm drinking and I get drunk, because then the fat boy just comes out of his cage, you know? So last week, I went out, I blacked out, whatever, woke up the next morning, and I started freaking out because I thought I murdered somebody. So I found a bloody knife in my bed, and my shirt was all full of blood, and I was losing it. And I dig a little deeper, and I found a plate and some meatballs, and I was like, "Oh, I just drunk and ordered spaghetti again." So the most embarrassing thing happened to me last month. I was at a cafe, and I ordered a bagel, and I took too big of a bite of bagel where I had to literally push it into my mouth in public. And all of a sudden, it felt like my mouth was like the overhead storage on an airplane, and my adult brain was fighting with my former fat kid brain. Like, my adult brain was a stewardess, and she's like, "All right, listen, honey, I've been doing this for over 30 years. That bag's not going to fit." My brain was a passenger. I was like, "It will if you push hard enough." So I turned 32 in June. So I'm at that age where, you know, a lot of my friends have kids, and a lot of these kids nowadays have already the dream, to be a pro athlete, right? And I'm not a parent because, I'm not an idiot, but they're all parenting wrong, right? So my buddy is enrolling his kid in this fancy basketball camp, which is super expensive, and he's giving him all this positive reinforcement, right? And I feel like he should be doing the opposite. Like, give the kid a face tattoo that says, basketball or die. The kid's only 5. That's a top-notch motivation if you ask me, right? Or if the kid wants to be a pro football player, you gotta brainwash this kid into thinking that the cool thing to do at school is to push all the girls on the stairs, because they don't know if the NFL is where he's gonna fit in best, right? It's an NFL fan, right? Or if your kid wants to be a soccer player, you gotta get him into some kind of freak accident, right? Where he breaks both his arms. Just imagine his soccer ball skills after he's whipping his ass at his feet for a year. All right, that's my time. Thank you, everybody.
All right!
Don't let him babysit.